What's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about what this is, why I got it, and the good, the bad, and the ugly with this bike. So let's get into it. So what exactly are we looking at here? This is a 2015 Yamaha R3 and it is a dedicated track bike. So the guy that I purchased it from bought it from auction as a salvage bike. All the fairings were destroyed. I saw all of the original photos of the bike. Frame looked good, that's all I cared about. He got the bike, he decked it out for track use, and we're gonna get into everything that is on this bike here shortly. Why did I buy this bike? Because I wanna get faster on this bike, honestly. The great thing with these little bikes, such as the R3, the Ninja 400, RC390, bikes of that size, is that A, they're very lightweight, B, they're very cheap to operate on track, C, they will absolutely punish you if you blow a corner. Because on the 600, you can blow a corner and then just rip it on the straights and catch up, and you know, that's even more exaggerated on a leader bike. But on something small like an R3, you blow a corner, you can't rely on straight line power to catch back up. In addition to punishing you for botching a corner, these bikes also teach you corner speed. So being such a lightweight platform, it's flickable, you can maintain just absurd levels of corner speed. And you'll see these bikes at a lot of track days and events just zooming around leader bikes, you know, on the outside of corners and whatnot. And so that is something that I wanted to get better at. And it's nice with these smaller bikes too, because unlike a 600 where you're just, you know, I mean a 600, it's a quick bike, you know, I don't care who you are, it's a pretty quick bike. On a 300, a 400, you're not just overcome by sensations of speed, you know, the acceleration on this, you're coming into corners way quicker. All of that can be a lot to process and a lot to take in at once. So being on something like the R3, it just kind of removes those variables from the equation and allows you to really focus on the fundamentals, corner speed, all that good stuff. And I'm really tired of getting passed by 12-year-olds on the outside while I'm on the Gixxer. But truly, my last why is because I am gonna sell the Busa, sadly. I think I'm just done with street riding. I wanna go full on track riding. So I'll do a separate video on the Busa and, you know, why I'm getting rid of it and whatnot. But yes, we'll be parting ways with that bike soon. But now I got these two guys. So now for the fun stuff, let's talk about the good on this bike and this transaction. We're gonna start at the front here. So first things first, the bike came with the Pitbull triple tree stand, which is awesome. Also came with the rear stand. I mean, shoot, that's like $500 worth of stand, so love that. Upgraded brake lines here, race fairings, not sure the brand, I've got it on a sheet, but I already forgot. Nice tall windscreen here. A little bit of damage on the front fairing here. Previous owner put a little Band-Aid on it, but he said he was doing a track day at Coda and an e-puck flew up and damaged this. It's not cracked, but the paint's kind of flaking off a little bit. Not a huge deal. Coming around this way, RCS 15 Brembo here. Upgraded throttle. I'm not sure what the brand is on this, but this is kind of crazy. This is a 1/8 twist throttle. Look at this. That's wide open throttle. That has taken some serious getting used to. I took the bike out just for a little test drive around the block a couple of days ago. And anytime I'd sneeze or if I hit a bump or anything, I was just at wide open throttle immediately. So that's gonna take some getting used to. It's got a Woodcraft key eliminator, so it's all done from right here. Woodcraft clip-ons, as you can see. K-Tech cartridges, which is awesome. I'm super pumped about that, and they are set up for my weight, which is wonderful. Coming down to the side here, I don't know if you guys can see this, I know it's dark. It's got GB Racing full armor on both sides. It does have some Motul in there that I'm gonna pull out, put some Rotella T6 in, but continuing on here, we've got Woodcraft rear sets, that's awesome. M4 full exhaust, sorry, I know it's dark. Coming around the back here, not a whole lot to see. It does have, shoot, I know it's dark. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's got a lightweight brake disc. You might be able to see through there. There you go. So it's all about weight reduction on these super lightweight bikes. Coming around to the other side here, see if I can get in the light. This is a 415 chain conversion. This is geared a little differently. Don't have the specs in front of me, but I think the final drive works out to like 316. Again, GP shift, Woodcraft rear sets, love that. It's got an Öhlins rear shock with a separate reservoir. So full suspension on this bike. I mean, the suspension alone is probably 2/3 the price of what I paid for the bike. So awesome value proposition here. And then, not a huge deal, but it does have an aftermarket clutch lever. Also, this is a huge plus. I was shocked to see this. 1,628 miles on this guy. This is a 2015. That is awesome. Quick release gas cap. I think that is pretty much everything on the positive front. So now let's get into what's bad. So let's go back to the rear here for a second. Yeah, it's got super courses. This is an SC2 in the rear and an SC1 in the front. That said, these tires are 8 years old. So yeah, I took it around the block, but I don't think we're gonna see any track days on these guys. They're just too old. And this is a 150/60. I will be going back to a 140/70, taller, skinnier tire. I think it's gonna feel quite a bit better. Other things that are not great. Side covers are missing. I've already gone ahead and ordered those. Those should be here pretty soon. Not a huge deal, just a cosmetic thing, but you know, there's some spots here that I have a feeling are gonna catch on my suit, so really wanna get that covered up. Also, while we're in here, I don't know that you're gonna be able to see this just based on how dark it is in the garage. This engine mount bolt is completely loose. That said, I torqued it down, still loose, sent it around the block and we were good. But yeah, I've ordered a replacement nut and bolt, so that is getting taken care of. Well, I guess we'll go to the front and then we'll get to the absolute worst part. Like I said, old super courses. This is an SC1 up front. It is very dry, rock solid. That'll be getting replaced. I'm gonna do SC3s front and rear. I've already ordered new brake pads. These are EBC double H's. I went ahead and ordered my favorites, the SBS dual carbons. So those should be here soon. But yes, let's get into the absolute worst part. Maybe you guessed it, maybe you didn't. There was a surprise waiting for me in here. There is rust, and there's rust deep down in there. So that is on my short list of things that I'm gonna be handling here soon. Haven't even looked at the radiator, but knowing that this bike's set for 5 years with a little bit of fuel in there and a combo of distilled water and water wetter, I can guarantee I got a little bit of rust in the cooling system too. So I will be using some ThermoCure for that, and then I'm gonna do the old vinegar, rinse, stainless steel nuts, and then baking soda and water, and heat and dry it out and get it all cleaned up. So that's the bad. Now let's talk about the ugly. My final closing thoughts on the ugly. It's not a Suzuki. It's not a Gixxer. It's not a Busa. It's a Yamaha. And I mean, sure, Yamaha makes a good bike. It's not a Suzuki. So what I'm thinking about doing is naming this bike the GSX R3, maybe even the GSX R3 Hayabusa. But I'm gonna leave the Yamaha badge here just because that's part of the tank cover. But since these are aftermarket fairings, I think it would just be comical to put either a Gixxer badge right here or the Hayabusa symbol right here. And then up on the back corner here, like on the Gixxer, it'll tell you like 600 or 750, whatever. I think putting 321 or whatever the R3 is would just be comical. You know, kind of set it up like Gixxer badge on the side, CC's on the top. I think that would just be hilarious. And after all, this is the Trackzook channel, so it's kind of sacrilegious for me to have a Yamaha. Suzuki, if you're watching this, if the Gixxer 250 made any kind of power at all and was a decent bike, I would have bought it, but it just doesn't really compete with this and the Ninja 400. So here we are. If you're still with me, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. I will be doing a couple of videos following this as I change out everything on this bike, just getting it caught back up to speed. But again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.